the Super Dungeon Brothers Super Show with Dungeon Dan and DM Steve. Welcome, everyone. We're the Dicks in the Dark. And this is not our Dungeons and Dragons game. This is a discussion about house rules, but this is a Dungeons and Dragons channel. So, if you love Dungeons and Dragons, house rules, campaigns, all that kind of stuff, make sure to smash that like button. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Ring the bell so that you don't miss any discussions about house rules or our campaign, which is coming up on Friday night, so don't miss that. Leave us a comment down below and make sure to share the stream. You know, right?
Yeah, that's
Right.
right. Share this. Do it all. Just do it all.
Everything.
Mhm.
Yes.
And
So,
welcome to everybody. Welcome to everybody who's in our chat tonight. So, Country Fried Minis, friend of the channel.
yes,
Uh,
sir.
Com- Comstar Knight. Nathan is in there. I even see Garrett in there. Garrett. That's the reason we're not doing. Well, that's one of the reasons we're not doing a game tonight.
Right.
Uh, we've had some changes. Uh, Garrett couldn't be here today. He's at a work event, and
Mm-hmm.
hopefully he's listening to us on his phone during his boring work event.
Right. He's got
Yeah.
like one bud in, listening to the
Yeah.
listening to the Dicks in the Dark while whatever the hell else is going
Yeah.
on that is, unimportant work stuff,
Yeah, of
all
course. And
that kind
then
of thing.
Mhm. but the
Yes,
reason we're moving to Fridays is because of a work thing. Uh
it
so
happens. That's
it happens.
That's what
It,
happens when you play D&D. The
hmm
bane of D&D is everybody's schedules and work
Yep.
changes and whatnot.
But show up this Friday. We're actually going
Yes.
to be here. All four of us are going to be here on Friday.
Are
Hopefully.
all four of us going to be here on
I
Friday?
I thought so. I
Oh.
thought we were all going to be here on Friday.
Oh, well that would be good if we're all going to be on Friday. I thought maybe Garrett was still going to be missing, but if not, that would be great. Either way, we are playing
Yeah.
up and away
hmm
because if Garrett is missing, we're gonna do that salvage mission. Actually,
Yeah.
if Garrett is not missing, I don't know. We may be doing. We'll have to talk to
But
Garrett and
yeah.
figure that
hmm
out. But either way, up and
Yeah.
away this Friday. Check it out. Stay tuned. Um,
Yes, Nathan, I agree. I agree. I hope this event is paying for drinks. And yes, it's exactly right. Drinking till you can stand your coworkers on a social level seems like a rite of passage.
yeah.
Yes.
Is it like a work social event?
He said it was a conference, I think.
Oh,
So so if it's
so
so if it's a work if it's anything like the work conferences that I used to have when it was in the evening
yeah.
in the
Drinks,
various companies that I worked
food,
at, there was
right.
food, there was booze. So yeah.
Blow,
So yeah, well, there was some of that,
hookers,
yeah, hookers and blow.
all the good
Yeah,
stuff, all
yeah,
the
because
all the
you know
excellent
that
things you gotta have.
because preschool portrait company is going to have hookers and blow,
That's right, I
hookers
forgot.
and blow at
That's
their
right, yeah,
at their events,
definitely.
right?
Right. Yeah, you said that and people just went, "What the fuck?" because nobody has any context. That you used to
Nope.
work as a preschool photographer for a
hmm
company that did school photography.
That's right. Yes.
Yeah, yeah,
That was a long, long, long time ago.
right. A long,
Anyway,
long time ago. Yes,
long
so
time ago. What are we doing?
we are, I guess, going to talk about some house rules. House rules. Should we? I was gonna say, should we roll a vibe, but we don't actually have roll 20 up. I'd have to roll a physical die, for the vibe of our
Well, you know what? Don't go ahead and roll. Do you
Let's
have
see,
two D10? Do you have two D10s in front of you? Roll a 1D100.
D100.
Yeah, it's not our Dungeons and Dragons game. This is
I'll
a
just roll
combo.
this.
Can can we see if you pick it up? Are you going to be able to show us the actual number?
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if it even
does
stops.
it roll off the table and
Yeah,
into
we'll
the
see
next
what
room?
happens. We'll see what happens. Here's the vibe roll for tonight. It's rolling. It's rolling.
It's
65, which it's going to be backwards because my camera is backwards,
yeah.
and it's not. It's there's going to be a. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there it is.
65. So 65 out of 100. That's not too bad.
No. That's a you know what? That's a song from the 1970s.
65 out of 100.
No, 65 Love Affair.
Okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm an
right.
old person. So,
You are. Indeed.
yeah.
Indeed.
Yep.
Indeed.
Dan's eating his snickerdoodle, so
Oh
I'm an
boy.
old person.
Yes. All right. Well, let's see. Let's go over to this screen over here so we can talk about rules because that's what we're talking about tonight.
Woo!
Exactly. So, yes, Dice 100. That's coming soon. It's coming soon, Nathan. You're going to be able to roll in the chat as soon as we get 200 subscribers. So make sure to tell all your friends to subscribe. Also, Technoir loves a good 65
60.
plus
Oh
love
no.
affair.
Oh no.
Yeah, I don't know
No,
that
no, you
I'm not.
understand what that means, right? Old people.
Yeah, that's I mean that was what I
But
was
that's not
gathering.
what
So
that's not what the song is about.
yeah. All my friends are already. Yeah, right. Exactly. Oh yeah. Speaking of friends, and you mentioned them earlier. Don't forget to check out Country Fried Minis. If you are a fan of painting of the miniatures, go over and check out Country Fried Minis. Friend of the channel on the YouTubes right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yes, the Rules Cyclopedia Dungeons and Dragons. So this is pretty much the primary rule book for the version of Dungeons and Dragons that we play. And it is a compilation of the first four box sets in the five box set collection known as BECMI. So basic, expert, companion, master, and immortal. Immortal is the one that's really not in here because it's almost like a whole separate kind of a game. But the Dungeons and Dragons Rules Cyclopedia is the basis for our game. The basis for our game. And
Is it the
we
basis for our
use,
game?
well, yeah, yeah, we do. You know, it is. We use some house rules to kind of expand some things, out with the rules cyclopedia. If you go onto social media, old school OSR Dungeons and Dragons social media, and you talk to all of the old Grognard people, many of them will say that the Rules Cyclopedia is their desert island book, their desert island role playing game, because it is the only version of Dungeons and Dragons that's just complete in one volume. It's literally Dungeon Master's Guide, Player's Handbook, Monster Manual, and more, all rolled into one. And it's excellent because it is based on the excellent BECMI. But there are a couple of things with it, a couple of little flaws that kind of come out if you've been playing it for decades, as we have. And most of those have to do with, I think, the character classes. The
Mm-hmm.
there's there are really only 7 character classes with an eighth optional and then 2 of what the youngsters might call prestige classes, right? That's it. You got you got
Mm-hmm.
your 4 core human classes: fighter, magic user, cleric, and thief. You've got your 3 demi-human classes: Yes, racist class in this version. So that's elf, dwarf, halfling, of course. Your optional
Mm-hmm.
class, mystic, which is like a martial art kind of monk type of a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then the two prestige type classes, which would be paladin, which you have to be a ninth level lawful fighter that meets all the requirements. Same thing with druid. You have to be initially a neutral cleric that meets all the requirements at ninth level to get to that point. So there's not enough variety if you're playing if you're playing big long campaigns. So we've done a lot to expand that, and maybe so go over some of that tonight. I think we'll go over some of the basic stuff first, and then then move forward. Yeah, I'm
Okay.
confused whether this is racist or classist. um Probably both.
Now, I think it's more racy and classy.
Oh yeah, racy and classy.
Also,
Palatial and
also, Country Fried Minis a little bit ago was thinking about preparing some assets for BECMI. Keep on the borderlands.
yes, keep on the borderlands. I know all about all that. Hey, you don't think we're classy? Classy and sassy. Hmm. Anyway, woo.
Classy and sassy?
I don't
What
know.
the fuck?
Sassy, yes. I'm tired. Tired. Yeah, maybe so, says Country Fried Minis. So, couple of things that we do here that are a little bit different is one of the one of the things about BECMI and the Rules Cyclopedia is that demi-humans, all of the demi-humans have level caps, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, the human characters go to level 36, all except for the Mystic, but it's kind of a special case. And the Druid, but that's another special case. Level 36. But, Halfling stops at level 8. Dwarf, I think, level 10. Is it level 12 for elves?
Mm-hmm. I
And
think
then
so.
because they don't want to, they want you to be able to continue to play those characters. What are you going to do? Like, well, my halfling's level 8, I got to retire, right? They have this weird thing called attack ranks. So it's basically just a level without saying that it's a level, right? Let's see,
Mm-hmm.
let's see if I can find it here. Ah, here it is. Okay. So, like, if you look here, right, you can see, oh no, it's dwarves are 12 and elves are 10.
Yeah.
That's what it is, right? You can see the level caps. That's basically a leftover from like old school Dungeons and Dragons, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Be- Because those guys were all racist.
yeah, yeah, exactly. No, no,
No, no, no, no,
that's
they
not true
weren't.
at all. That's not true at all. No, because in the beginning, the, the levels weren't stretched out to 36. In the beginning, you played to level 10 maybe, I think in BX
Hmm.
level
Well, they were
14.
playing. They were, yeah, they weren't playing decades-long games either. They were playing a
Well,
game
obviously
for a,
not. They're not playing
yeah,
decades long games. The game was just created, so
yeah, yeah.
so what you have is you have these levels that are not levels, right? So they're like weird things. I completely ignore that for our game. I allow demi-humans to go the full 36 levels. Um, Now, there are some rules in the Rules Cyclopedia about that. Gosh, who knows where they are? All the way at the
Hmm.
very end, somewhere down here, and it's not going to
There was a
load.
problem loading this page.
No, it's gonna load. It's just 300 pages of PDF here
Yeah.
to somehow. Oh
Yeah.
yeah, who knows where that is? Um, so in the rules cyclopedia, they give some suggestions if you want to have demi-humans go to 36th level, and they kind of do some nerfing of the demi-humans. Like, for example, they tell you that for here it is. For elves, they say for elves um use the cleric to hit table, so it kind of nerfs
Mhm.
elves. Uh, all of them kind of get this weird little thing where it's not so good. So I continue to use these tables. However, I allow demi-humans to have their full abilities as they progress levels. So that means including elves, gaining spells, that sort of thing. Um, and this can kind of put the uh, the game a little bit off balance, because in BECMI demi-humans are a little bit, they're powerful, kind of, right? I think
Mhm.
that's the reason why they did the level cap in the first place, was kind of like, well, if you're capped at a certain level, it makes you think, well, maybe I'll choose a human character instead of a demi. It kind of balances things out.
Mhm.
So that's where I balance some things out with some additional house rules. As I let my demi-human characters progress with full abilities all the way to 36th level, I give a boon to each of the core classes for the human classes. And we know one of the kind of most broken classes in BECMI, if there's any class that anybody's going to criticize, it's going to be thieves, right?
Oh yeah.
Right. The thief um, progression is it's a little bit rough. Um, Magic users, clerics, they can, choose their spells. Fighters, you choose your weapon. Your weapon's kind of your main thing. Unfortunately, in BECMI, thieves are stuck with this table, which means that
Mhm.
every thief that you play forever always has these skills, right?
Right.
In this order, right? Now, there's something else about this table that is a little bit irritating, and that is the fact that each column progresses at its own rate.
Mhm.
Like, if you look at them, which makes it kind of difficult to do anything with, unless you're me. Because I sat down many years ago, I did a bunch of math, and figured out.
And I never got back up.
Yeah, I never got back. I didn't. No, no. And I figured out how to create a point system that is mathematically compatible with this jacked up table right here, and allows you to create a thief that is customized, right? It was difficult. Now, it's not exact, it's not 100% because you can't get 100%. But with my system, you can create any of these levels of thief plus or minus 3 points, usually less. But the variance is only 3 points in a level. I think that's pretty close.
Mhm.
And of course, this is the system. Now, it is based on the it's based on the second edition system, which also uses points. And I have essentially, if you look at the top here, the initial thief skill points at first level on the top right, just below me, right here. You can see that I've broken down each one into their base points. And then over here, down below Dungeon Dan, you can see that with these points, you can distribute 60 points at first level, 30. And then later on down here, it changes to 18, again, to keep the math correct. The all the all the rates slow down as you go on. So as you get to 36th level. But I have tested this and it's pretty damn good. Obviously, we have been using this for how long, Dan?
Oh, God, about 20 years now.
Usually you get more deaf as you age. Critical listening. Did I get deaf? I'm deaf, yo. Def Jams. No,
It's
wait,
most
that's
deaf.
not. Moss Def.
Most deaf.
Isn't he? Didn't he call it? Isn't he? Doesn't he have a different name now, though?
I don't know.
Did I think he renamed himself? Anyway, but so point system for thieves that greatly helps thieves out.
Mhm.
For
Although
clerics, yeah.
we haven't really tested it though, because I don't think we have ever had a thief go past 14 or 15. The game just kind of petered out at a certain point. I
I,
don't think we've ever had a thief
what do you
go
mean?
past.
What are you talking about?
I don't remember a thief that we've ever had that's been higher than 14th or 15th
What are you
level.
talking about? Mole was like 21st level or 22nd
Was
level.
he?
Those oh my god, those characters
Was
were
he?
like, yeah, you got to think Alsatia was an elf who has the most like experience, and she was like what, like 16 or 17.
Yeah, she had 16th or so. She was.
So yeah, I mean, you think about the thieves and the like just a like a yeah, no, I'm pretty sure there have definitely been some high level thieves. So no,
Maybe.
it's been
Maybe.
tested. It has been
Okay.
tested
It's
100%.
it's been such a long time.
I mean, plus it's been regularly tested at like low and mid levels.
Right, right,
And
right.
like I said,
I'm
I've
talking about the super high
mathematically
levels.
tested it
Yeah.
at like super
hmm
high levels. So I mean, it definitely, yes. It
hmm
has been testes. It has been testes. Yeah, in fact, for decades this has been tested. Um and then you can see the boon to the cleric and magic user. That comes from first edition AD&D. That is, of course, the bonus spells for high intelligence and high wisdom. Uh, I also like to allow the cleric to use their first level spell at first level if high wisdom gives them a first level spell. Because, of course, BECMI does not give clerics a first level spell at first level. They don't get it until second level. And so this helps a lot. And then the last thing is, of course, the fighters may begin play at first level with a single weapon proficiency at skilled level. And this also kind of mimics the thing from second edition AD&D, which is like the weapon mastery or the weapon proficiencies. Fighters get a weapon specialization at first
hmm
level in second edition. So this kind of mimics that. If you're not playing with weapon mastery, you can still do this, and then you have your fighter has that kind of edge with their weapon specialization. But if you're playing with weapon mastery, then obviously it gives them a right away. It gives them an immediate boost. And of course, you can see my demi-humans may advanced past their level limit, which is that right there. Uh, there is one other thing that I wanted to, and I don't have this written down anywhere, but another rule that we use a lot um, in pretty much all of our games is the -10 hit point rule, which is a
Hmm.
controversial rule for old
That's
school
right.
Dungeons and Dragons. A lot of
Hmm.
people don't like this rule. A lot of people like dead at 0 for old school Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, you hit 0, you're dead. I have a little bit of a different take on this. Um, and my take is this, and it comes from these AD&D gold box games, like this Curse of the Azure Bonds for Commodore 64 right here. My Curse of the Azure Bonds that I got for the Commodore 64 in probably like 1989 or something. In the game, there is an old school AD&D first edition rule where if you if your character gets brought down to 0 hit points, then you are immediately dying and bleeding to death. Now, in the first edition rule, it's kind of complicated because it's not like an all the way to 10. It's like you have to be within like a couple of hit points. You have to be within like 0 or like -1. If you're just really dead, you're just dead.
Hmm.
In the first edition, and it's an optional rule that I know a lot of people didn't use. Now, I never really understood the rule initially because since it was in a game, you couldn't see the text of the rule, right? I just knew that like my characters would be down to 0 hit points and then dying. And then every round of combat that you don't get to your character, there's this little thing flashing down at the bottom of the screen that says your character is, or like your party member is dying. And I remember it being like super like nerve-wracking to
Yeah.
know.
It makes you anxious.
It
Yes.
makes you super anxious because if the character was just dead, they're dead for the fight. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
You're gonna have to take him, drag him back to the fucking the temple, right? Get him resurrected. They're
Hmm.
dead for the fight. Who cares? It's like you don't want your characters to die, but if they're dead, they're dead. They're not something you have to worry about anymore. But if they're not dead, if there's a chance that they could re-enter the fight, then that makes you have to make uh, like a
Decision.
choice.
Yeah,
That
you have
may it
decisions.
forces a decision because now you're like, well, the character is maybe not dead. They're maybe just bleeding to death, and if we can get to them, if the cleric can just put hands on, but then you
Hmm.
have to decide, is it worth it to try and drag them back or to try and heal them in the heat of combat where then other
Yeah,
characters could be
yeah. And it's really intense when it's like your fighter that goes down, and it's like,
right.
do I just run away,
Yeah, do we leave him? Right?
or do I heal my fighter so that I can continue this battle.
Potentially, right. Potentially we can continue to go on. Yeah, yeah. It's like right. I mean, Good Country Road Mini says, I love that element of risk. I like how Kime does it. Kime,
Cairn.
out. Can't,
Yeah.
can't, I can't read. I can't
It's
read. It's like
that's
this
because
the chat's
that's
like
because
this big on my
yeah.
screen and
Th-
like my
That's
glass.
because you sat down 30 years ago to do some math and you never got back up.
Exactly, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. At 0, you're out of action for an hour or die out. Okay, okay, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, there's a lot of different ways that different systems do it. I mean, obviously there's the rollover system from Dungeon Crawl Classics where it's like, you roll over the body, they might be alive if they like I think it's a saving throw or something
Mhm.
like that. I like the -10. We do it in a very, very linear, simple fashion where basically you essentially have -10 hit points. But anything from 0, you are
You're bleeding out.
unconscious and you are
Mhm.
dying in some way. You're bleeding out or you're dying in some way. You basically need medical attention, you need healing pretty much immediately. And -10 is permadead. Obviously, unless somebody's got raised dead, or
Yeah.
somebody's really balling with some
Mm.
high
Some
level
some
resurrection or something like
resurrect.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I like the idea, and it many times in our games it has been tense
Oh, it
where
makes it
there's a
tense.
there's a character that's like, guys, I'm at like -8.
Mhm. Yep.
um, um, I'm in trouble.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then there are times we've had a couple times where we actually have had deaths.
Oh yeah. And of course, I mean anything, even with that rule with the -10, and obviously anything beyond -10 is permadeath, and anything that is also automatically death. You fail,
Like
you
like
fail
like like ri- like ripping a helm out of an airship when you're a mile up.
God, you guys were probably more than a mile up. You guys were probably a couple. You guys were like 10 miles up. I don't know if you remember that the paladin was literally like just crunched in his armor, just flat.
Well,
Petri
that
was
was
just
no, it was
flat.
no, it wasn't Petri. It was Lothlorien. It was me.
Was Lothlorien the one that was like totally flat in his armor?
It was yes. It was because that's why he's resurrected as a
Yeah, but I
human.
thought I thought because more than one person died in that debacle. And
Oh yeah,
the reason that some of the characters got what do you call it? Got
resurrected,
well, no. The only one that
reincarnated. No,
reincarnated was
hmm
because there weren't enough spells to go around.
right, right.
But anyway, yeah, obviously disintegrations,
hmm
poison, finger of death,
Things that are bad, things that are really
that
bad.
sort of thing that ignores any of
hmm
you're not worried about any hit points and
Right.
stuff at that point. But yeah, as far as just standard damage, I think the negative hit point rule is for sure, and it is thanks to these gold box games and them just like the thing saying over and over like your party member
Mhm.
is dying, and it just like
Have
flashes at the bottom of the screen. You're like, what the fuck?
have we actually ever had anybody bleed out to 10?
Not in a main game. I think maybe happened once or twice in like some little piddly
Maybe
like
so.
one shot kind of thing
hmm
where it didn't matter
Okay.
and the characters never continued on. I feel like in any really major campaign, people are pretty like it. again, it forces you to kind of like
it forces
shit or get off
that.
the pot.
Yeah.
Yeah, it forces you to kind of be like, "Oh, we gotta try," or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah, yeah. I don't think anybody's ever been left behind. That's probably the big thing. No
Yeah.
one's ever been just completely left behind other than a character that got turned to stone
Mhm.
by a beholder.
Right.
Yeah. But other than that, I don't think anybody's ever been left behind. And that one you had to leave them behind because literally the 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 structure that you were in was like collapsing into like hell or something like that. So
Mhm.
you
Yeah.
had to like jump through a portal and like the beholder was the guard of the portal and it was like collapsing and you just had to fucking go. One of those
Yeah. One of those deals.
one of those deals. Yeah, yeah. So another house rule that I find that I find to be good. Um and then now go on to something very special. I'll talk a little bit about my super custom house rules because so far all the house rules that I've talked about have been super, super derivative of, like second edition, first edition AD&D. But
Super custom.
my
Yeah.
focus system, my focus system is a complete custom system.
And this super custom system has long blonde spiky hair. It's like a Super Saiyan.
Oh
It's
yeah,
super
yeah,
it's
yeah,
super custom.
yeah.
It's super
Sure, yeah, yeah. Well,
yeah.
I guess super custom mode. Yeah. So basically, it allows you to take all the core classes in BECMI and swap out just little pieces here and there to focus. See the focus system. It focuses classes to be focused,
Really?
specialized.
It really. That's the best description I've ever heard.
I'm really tired, but
It focuses classes
Yes, yes.
to
What
be
does it say here?
focused.
What does it say? The focus system introduces a set of options that significantly enhance the traditional character classes in your classic fantasy RPG. Because
Woo!
I can't say the words Dungeons and Dragons because if I'm ever going to
Yeah.
publish that, anyway. Each focus can be seamlessly integrated into an existing character class, refining, that's a good word.
Hmm.
See, when I was writing this, I knew what to say. I wasn't
You
that tired. Into a
you also
new archetype without altering its core
you also use
essence.
spell check, so that was good
I
too.
did use spell check. Well, I wrote this in Word or a Word clone, so
Mhm.
you get spell check.
Yeah.
This system allows for expanded character options without the need to create entirely new classes. For instance, the marksman focus, which is funny because it's the as I was going through the newest document, I realized the marksman is not in here.
Oh God.
So I literally reference it in in this little opening part.
And never
And
included.
then it's not included in the document. Barbarian is included, which I think I'm probably gonna disinclude. I don't know. I'm a little about Barbarian. When applied to the fighter class, provides additional range combat capabilities while limiting weapon and armor choices, thereby transforming the fighter into an archer archetype. Yeah. Now, I probably would have shown you guys the marksman focus, but it's not in here, so you don't get to see it. But we'll take a look at one of the other focuses. Let's see. Ah, look at that.
Oh, a
Bard,
bard.
burglar. Let's
A
see. Cavalier.
If that burglar steals a pig, would that mean it's a hamburglar?
Burglar. Burglar. Burger. Burglar. Burger. What? Wait, what did you say, Dan?
I said if that burglar steals a pig, would it be a hamburglar?
Probably. Yeah, I think so, actually. Let's do the Druidic Knight because Guthix, a character from Up and Away, is uses the Druidic Knight focus. He's an elf character. As you can see, Druidic Knight applies to elf. And Druidic Knight, the idea is that, standard elf class, the spell sword, we like it. It's cool, right? But is it really that elfy? You know?
Yeah.
Like, is it really that elfy? Like, they still got like a spell book and they're like, armor and everything. The Druidic Knight. It's still the elfin class, right? You've got to have a wisdom 9 or higher. And the benefits, of course, being that the Druidic Knight uses the Druidic Knight spell list. Hindrances. Druidic Knight elves do not have access to the standard magic user spell list. Essentially, they're swapping out their spell lists. They may only use organic, non-metal, stone weapons, and are limited in their choices of armor to cloth and leather. Other types of organic armor may be specially crafted for the Druidic Knight at the judge's discretion. That's the DM for you noobs. Shields are only permitted if made from organic materials, such as wood. So, as you can see, the Druidic Knight transforms the elf character class into a more elfy elf without changing any of the basic things that make the class the class. The hit points, hit dice, saving throws, all of the main things that the core points of the class stay static. But by swapping out just a few things with my focus system, you can, you know, you can. It's like a whole different class without having a whole different class. He's stealing Hen Wen to find the cauldron and raise a gnarly army of the undead. Henwen? Henwen? Do you know what that is? What's a Henwen?
I'm
Wen Hen?
a henwen.
Henwen?
Boy, it sounds really familiar.
It kind of.
It sounds really familiar. Let's see here.
Here's the focus for illusionist, which the war is.
Oh, it's from the Black Cauldron.
Oh, the Black Cauldron, which I haven't seen in decades, I'm sure.
Yeah. So maybe we ought to do.
Hand
Maybe we ought.
wand, I think he means. Oh, like
No.
Itachi. No,
Oh
I
God. God
don't.
Almighty.
I hope that's not
No.
what he means.
No. Henwen is a character in the Black Cauldron.
Henwin. Ah, yes.
And you know what? Maybe on one of our new movie nights, we might watch the Black
we should wait.
Cauldron.
Okay, shh, don't talk about movie night in front of Country Fried Minis. It's a
Oh,
very,
no.
very, very sore subject.
Is it a touchy subject?
Shh. Shh. We
Did
need to make sure things cool down
Was-
over there
wait a minute,
before we
was it-
start our movie night because what if our movie night usurps their movie night because our movie
Ah.
night is so awesome? No,
Ah.
it's not going to do that. Their
Ah.
movie night
Ah.
is on like a Sunday morning or something anyway.
Oh, I
so-
see. I see.
We
I
had a
see.
good
Yeah,
time
no.
last time. Okay, good. It's okay.
That's good.
It's
that's
okay, guys. It's okay.
Okay.
Movie night is
I'm
saved.
I'm sorry, Country Fried Man. I thought it was a bad touch.
Yeah.
You know, good touch, a bad touch. I thought it was a bad touch.
Yeah. It's okay. But yeah, so we might do a movie night. We've been
Yeah.
talking about it on our Discord. So
Hmm.
join the Discord for movie nights
We're all
potentially.
bad touches. I think that's
Yeah,
that's the if you're called dicks in the dark, you're a bad
it's true.
touch. Although, depending, it could be a good touch.
Right.
Anyway, let's get back to this.
Yeah, 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 yeah. Back to this. Back to rules. Back to
Woo!
rules. The rules of the game. Uh yeah, of course we use new character classes, all that kind of thing. I have a few new character classes that we use. But really the big new rules, the big new rules. And I'm not going to talk about it tonight, but if there's enough interest, maybe we'll do another rule stream at some time, and we'll talk about how you can turn your BECMI Rules Cyclopedia game into science fiction.
Woo!
Because that's what we do. Well, science fantasy, let's call it. Not exactly science fiction,
Yeah.
kind of a science fantasy space opera, but I have a ton of rules for things like faster than light travel, space combat,
Laser guns.
an entire suite of laser guns and plasma sabers and all kinds of cool futuristic weapons and gear. Currently, I'm putting my finishing touches on the crafting system, which is going to debut very, very soon in our campaign. Um, because I am very sure that once everybody gets back to info, there's going to be a lot of interest in crafting. Because remember, crafting isn't just making new items, it's also the possible um, upgrading of items that you already have.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, for example, Argyle in the last game, he got his bionic hand stolen. Fortunately, he got the bionic hand back at the very end. He was able to get his bionic
Yep.
hand. Um, but right now, the hand and his bionic foot, which happened because his foot got crushed and his hand got blown up by
Yep.
a misfiring laser gun. They're just standard, kind of like what Luke Skywalker's got in
Mm-hmm.
the original trilogy.
Yeah.
But that doesn't mean that they couldn't be upgraded. That doesn't mean that he couldn't like get a flashlight in his finger.
Oh, come on now. No, Iron Man hand.
Iron Man hands, some
Iron
some
Man
kind of
hand.
yeah. I mean
Boom.
that's a possibility. Some kind of a blast out of the palm. It could be a thing. It could be a thing
Hmm.
for sure. So yeah, I think very soon that's gonna be an extra added touch. So definitely make sure to if you're into rules, if you're into the house rules, if you like this stream and you want more about rules, then we'll talk about rules.
Yeah.
Hit like, subscribe, all the stuff for rules, and let us know down below. Like, leave a comment. If you're watching this later and you're like, yes, I want to see more rules. I want to hear about more about your focus system. I want to hear more about your new classes. What if I want to do a BECMI game in space? I want to hear
Hmm.
about your BECMI space opera game, which you should watch coming up on Friday night. I want to hear about that. Leave a comment and let us know. And yeah, we'll talk more about rules.
Oh yeah.
Yes. What about a dongomancer? See, that's the great thing about the focus system, is right. If you look over here, if you look, wait, where is it? Right. Just like we got here? We got the shaman. No, not a shaman. There's necromancer. Just like the necromancer. Really, a necromancer is just a magic user with necromancer spells. So
and that's Sid.
that is Sid. So a
Hmm.
dongomancer
Oh
really would
no,
just be a magic user with dong spells.
this is true.
So it would be easy to make a focus of the dongomancer. See, that's the great thing about the focus system is that it can be used for things kind of above and beyond just regular D&D. You see, this is going to roll into the sci-fi stuff because instead of creating new classes for a sci-fi setting, what if there were focuses that changed the existing classes, right? You don't really need to change fighter. I mean, fighter is just a guy that can use all the weapons and wear all the armor, right?
Hmm.
That's you don't really have to change that. Even wizards and clerics, there's not a lot, but um, I am working on a some focuses for the up and away setting. Um, for example, uh, the focus for thief is called the elite or the elite, and is essentially a hacker,
Ah.
right?
Hmm.
Um, oh God, what's my name for oh yes, space grunt.
Oh God.
That's the Space Marine fighter focus.
Okay. Okay.
Is the Space Grunt. Um, I have a tentative focus that I'm calling Star Walker.
Oh really?
Yeah. So I've got
Oh,
some.
oh wait a minute. Wait a minute. Is that Wesley Crusher?
No. Yeah. No,
Is that the whiny bitch from Star Trek: The Next Generation?
no. See, I don't think that he ever walked amongst the stars. I think that creepy alien just like picked him up in a white van and then like a little white shuttlecraft and then,
Yeah.
sold him to his
There was that
weird
good touch. That was
interdimensional friends for
there was that, there was that bad touch we were talking about.
It makes sense now that if you listen to anything Will Wheaton has to say these days.
Hmm. Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Yes.
Oh boy. Anyway, yes. So yeah, the idea being that you could make campaign specific focuses, right? So the idea is
Hmm.
that the system, instead of just being able to expand the classes and give you kind of more options, like this shaman, which is a cleric focus, which is what Nectosha is. Um, and spoiler, I don't think anybody else has seen this yet. I don't think anybody knows that Nectosha can do this, but spoiler. Uh,
Can turn into an animal.
Shaman gains the ability to assume animal form.
Oh, is that
Uh,
why? Is that why he had that relations with the horse lady?
yeah, he could actually turn into a horse.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Does he know that?
Oh yeah, of course he knows that. Yeah.
Okay.
Obviously he knows that. Yes. So yeah, I thought that the the BECMI druid is more like a Stonehenge type druid, right? Like
Okay.
in modern Dungeons and Dragons, druid is like they have to like the animal change and everything. But
Hmm.
like I feel like for the old school Dungeons and Dragons druid it's right. It's they're you're kind of supposed to be kind of a Stonehenge druid,
Yeah.
right? Like an
Hmm.
like an old school like what we would have thought of druids in like the 80s,
Right. Right.
right?
Of
Right,
course.
the
Hmm.
70s and the 80s. Doesn't it make more sense for the shaman to assume animal form, like a literal skinwalker?
Yeah, that's
Right?
true. Hmm.
Like
Hmm.
that's what I think. I mean, I always thought like the druid, the modern D&D having the druid transform into animals, and it's not really my view of a druid. But the shaman can do it.
Does that mean that that at a certain level, uh, the shaman gets a ranch?
I mean,
Yeah, Skinwalker Ranch. Yeah.
yeah, exactly.
Hmm.
So yeah, yeah.
UFOs. I
So
mean,
we've
come on.
got shaman may just be on mushrooms and only thinks he's transformed. That's true. That actually
Yes.
is true. Well, the shaman he was definitely on mushrooms during the last game. By the way, if you missed our hangover-esque game, uh fuck, what do we call it? Up in the hangover. What
Yeah, something like
happened?
that. Hmm.
What
Last week.
what
What
happened?
happens is in Space
Big
Vegas.
ass. Big ass.
Hmm.
What happens in big ass? Happens in big ass stays in big ass. Yeah. Last week's game, go check that out. Make sure to watch that. It was a fun one. And again, if you think that if you're
Oh,
interested in any more
that was
rules,
probably our longest game yet too.
it was definitely our longest game. 100%. It was absolutely our longest game. Yeah. But I'm getting tired. We've been on here for an hour. I talked about some rules. I teased some additional rules for future streams. Um so yeah, if you want to
Hmm.
see some sci-fi rules, or if you want to see more about the focus system, or if you want to see some of my new classes, leave a comment down below. We'll do some more streams to show you that. Yeah, 1 hour definitely sounds about right, Country Fried Minis. I am a very tired boy, and we're gonna have a regular game this Friday, so I need to save my energy for that.
Save your energy.
Yeah.
Save yourselves.
Yes.
Don't avoid planet Earth at all costs.
Save the cheerleader. Save the world. Except for the
Those are
writer's
two.
strike.
Yeah, those are two completely different shows.
Yes,
One's
they
a
are.
movie, and one's a show.
Indeed. Indeed. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Let's see. So I'm gonna go back over to here, since we're on our way out. Country Fried Mini says, "Love this format, gentlemen. Thank you. Appreciate that." And Nathan says, "You could always drink Dirty Down Rust. That'll get you perked right up." What is Dirty Down
I have
Rust?
no idea what that is. That
Is
must be
that
a
like Zima Gold?
must be a northeastern thing. I don't know.
Uh, yeah.
Google Google dirty down. Okay, God. Am I gonna be sorry when I do this?
Once,
Dirty down
once a
rust.
very long time ago, we had a bar on the third floor of our mom's old house, and we would
Oh,
sometimes have parties up
ew.
there.
Oh no! Don't drink that. Oh my God. Dirty down rust is basically like it's a paint.
Oh, yeah, that's probably not good.
Yeah, don't do that. Ah,
But anyway, there was a Zima that had
it's got
sat.
it's got xylene in it. Jesus Christ.
There was a Zima that had sat for like, I don't know, a really long time on this
Hmm.
bar, like on the back of the bar, and the cap had rusted. And so the cap had rusted, and the Zima had kind of turned this like kind of
Brown.
golden color. Well, yeah, I guess it really was brown.
It was fucking brown, dude.
It was really brown. But we convinced this girl that was a friend of ours, Megan, that it was Zima Gold,
Oh no.
and it was
Oh no.
special edition. And
Poi-
she was
poi-
gonna
you
drink that
poi-
shit. She was
you
totally gonna drink. No, I didn't poison Megan. Obviously, she's still alive. She has like 3 kids now or something. She's totally fine. We didn't actually, we stopped her at the very last second. But she was gonna
Yeah.
drink that Zima Gold. She would have drank it if we would have been actual horrible people. But it's pretty
Hmm.
funny. There is no such thing as Zima Gold, by the way. So if anybody tells you to drink
Yeah.
some Zima Gold, it's just that the cap has rusted, which it probably would have by now because Zima. That was a long time ago.
Yeah. Long time ago.
So yeah, yes, 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 yes. Um, Zima Gold made her pregnant. I don't think so. No, no, that happened way later. So if it had anything to do with the Zima Gold, then there was
that, that
that's
was something else.
it's
Yeah.
definitely something you don't want to have any contact with for sure.
Yeah.
Hmm. Oh God, I'm gonna pass out. Uh, we should probably end the stream before I do that.
I don't
Oh,
know. Hey, hit the like button if you want to see Steve pass out on stream and just watch him on camera as he's passed out. I don't
yeah, that'd probably be like. Can you imagine that stream?
know.
Not good. It's not good. So
Nope.
yeah, that's what the Patreon's for. You can watch me sleep. That'd be so fucking weird.
That'd be the funniest Patreon ever.
Watch DM Steve sleep just like.
Just
Oh boy.
uh
Yeah.
mhm.
Yeah, 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 yeah. All right. Well, this has been fun.
Yeah.
Please, please like, subscribe, all the YouTube stuff. Thank you for anybody who's come in and hung out with us while we were doing this and chatting, and also thank you for watching in the future. Um,
Join us on Friday.
Join us on Friday. Yeah, yeah, yeah. And we will be
Leave a
here.
and leave a comment if you want Steve to get off his ass and actually get a couple episodes of Save Hell Out because I
Yeah,
don't think we've had
except for it's not going to be on Friday. So here it was going to be Fridays. It's not going to be Fridays now.
not anymore.
So it may be going back to Sundays. I actually have the next episode is mostly edited. It's like
Okay.
there's like one minor thing that I have to do, but I was gonna try and get like a couple of them done, and then I was gonna try and see if I could just every single week till the end of the year.
Oh God. I wonder maybe Saturday morning. Maybe a Saturday morning cartoon.
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't
I'll
know.
figure it
Yeah.
out. I'll figure it
Yeah.
out. Yeah, yeah. I don't know. Is it
Hmm.
Saturday? I leave a comment if you have
Yeah.
a preference on when Save Hell returns. What time? That is not a live game. That is a pre-recorded game. So if you're interested in that, check it out. There's a bunch of those on the channel already. Check that playlist out, and you know, it's pretty
Yeah.
fun. It's different from what we normally do, but you can kind of put it on, and you don't really need to. It's completely theater of the mind. You can put it on like podcast style, and listen to it like in the background while you're like doing stuff. That's what I
Hmm.
recommend. You can even flip it up to like 1.5 speed because we are a little bit of slow talkers, and if you like flip it up to like 1.5 speed, when I listen to it back, that's usually what I do, and it
Oh,
like
so we
gives
sound
it a
like this?
pretty
So
snappy
oh
pace, and it's
oh
not
hey.
bad though. We don't sound
Yeah.
like crazy. It like
It's like,
kind of
hey,
just sounds normal.
welcome to Dicks in the Dark. Safe help.
No, it's not though. It really isn't. It's not even close to that. It actually makes
No.
us sound less like stoners. is mainly the thing. So like,
Okay.
yeah, 1.5 speed, not bad at all, not bad at all. So
But if you want
that's
us to sound more like stoners, put it on half speed.
definitely do not put it on half speed unless you're like, I've already taken an edible or something, and then maybe it'll like link up or
Welcome to
something.
Dicks in the Dark.
Yeah.
Save hell.
When last we left our 3 heroes. Yeah, just like that.
Yep.
Just like
Oh
that.
my.
Okay, let's see.
All
What am
right.
I gonna use for half speed Steve? Would be torture. Yeah, it'd be so slow. I just like that. All right,
Oh
what's
god, that at half speed.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Let's see. Oh, there's that's a good ending here. All right.
There
Well,
we are. All
we've been
right.
the Dicks in the Dark. We will see you on Friday. Come back on
That's right.
Friday. See you
Have a good one.
guys. Have a good night.
Later.
Bye.
Huh. That wasn't bad.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Oh, Garrett 45 minutes ago said, "Is YouTube down for you guys too?"
Oh no.